high school football game of the week. Tonight from Memorial Stadium, it's the A.L. Brown Wonders of Kannapolis hosting the Raiders from South Rowan. Very delightful good evening to you. Simply a perfect night for football here in early September. South Rowan, A.L. Brown, what more can you say? Woody, glad to be back off a special assignment. Good to see you.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but it is great to be back, and especially for a great rivalry game like this. It's always one of the ones we point to at the beginning of the year and say this one's going to be good.
Well, it's not uncommon for these two teams to come in undefeated, which both of them are. We talked about that on Headliners. Both of them like to feature running games. But the intangibles, a lot of those tonight.
Well, of course, a lot of folks know about Chris Torrance for South Rowan. A lot of folks know about Tron Brown for A.L. Brown. But then you start looking a little deeper and you see guys like Nick Maddox, who we saw have some great flashes last year. You start looking at guys like Ramsey Connor on the defense for South Rowan, who really impressed us against Northwest. Those are going to be the guys who decide this game.
And as far as the passing game, maybe the team that's most successful in that category.
Well, both of these teams are going to come in here and try and pound it down each other's throats. They're going to try and run, no question about it. So the team that can pass a little bit better than the other might come out on top.
Well, speaking of running, they got some horses to run behind. Some big boys on both teams, and you'll meet those, and we'll have more pregame in just a moment. Beautiful Memorial Stadium here in Kannapolis, home of the A.L. Brown Wonders, as they're just minutes away from the opening kickoff here between our rivals South Rowan. The Raiders bring a 3-0 mark into tonight's game. The Wonders, of course, 2-0. Earlier, Larry Mason had a chance to talk with some of the head coaches and some of the assistant coaches about tonight's game.
Larry Mason, along with Coach Rick Van Hoy, before the big game here. Coach, you excited?
Oh yeah, this is what football's all about right here.
Doesn't take much to get excited for a game like this, does it?
It hasn't been very hard at all to get excited this week. And this is a great game, it's a great atmosphere, and we're looking forward to it.
You just kind of let the practice in a game like this, I guess, take shape during the week, and it takes its own shape with your kids getting excited for the game.
That's right. Yeah, we talked about the same things this week we talk about every week. Let's get better. Let's get better every day. And of course, like I say, we can't hide the fact that these guys know each other. They play pickup basketball against each other all the time. And it's a great atmosphere from football right here.
It sure is. I'm going to ask you one last question. What do you feel like you have to do tonight to really do to win the football game?
Well, we've got to control the football. We've got to take the football, move it down the field. We've got to score inside the 20 every time we get there, and we just got to play good defense. We've got to be able to get all over the football field because they're going to make us get all over the football field.
And if those things happen, it might be a win. Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Larry Mason and the thoughts from South Rowan just a few minutes ago. Larry also had a chance to talk with Rick Holt, one of the assistants for the A.L. Brown Wonders, about the Wonders possibility and their frame of mind.
Larry Mason, along with Coach Rick Holt of the Kannapolis Wonders. Coach Holt coaches the offensive backs. Do you have any problem getting the kids excited for this game, Coach?
I know they're really excited. You know, they go to church with them. They go to the shopping centers, and they see them every day, and they're pretty up for this game.
Well, now that was what Coach Van Hoy told me. Evidently, there's going to be some talk about this game after it's over.
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of a bragging rights in this area, and everybody gets a lot of enjoyment. You know, anticipate a big crowd, and just really looking forward to it.
First time in a while both teams have come in undefeated.
Yeah, and that makes it more exciting, you know, just a little bit more to shoot for, and we're just going to do the best that we can and see how the outcome, how we come out.
You, as the offensive back coach, we talked Wednesday night about the size of the South Rowan offensive line, defensive line. Does that concern you tonight?
Yes, you know, we feel that in the past they've done a very good job of controlling the line of scrimmage the last 3 games. And what we've got to do, we've got some blocking schemes, and we've just got to stay with our blocks, and we've got to continue to run hard and just give it a totally very good effort.
If you do that, may come out on that winning end.
And I like to think so.
Rick, good luck to you tonight, and we'll look forward to watching the ball game.
All right.
We're going to send it back to the guys that make the real money in the booth. Talk to you folks later.
Who is he talking about? Well, speak for yourself. Goodness gracious. Hey, I got the solar cane just in case, Beachcomber. If you
All right, I'm ready.
All right, we're going to take a break and be back to make those starting lineups and have the coin toss in just a moment. Captains, I guess you could say, are getting set to get that coin toss underway in the middle of the field. We'll go there right now. On like, sir.
All right, man, I'm going to call you Captain White, Captain Green. Anytime we have a penalty, I'm going to call for you, okay? We'll talk about it then. All right? If we have any kind of problems out there, I need you guys to help us with it, all right? Do that for me. You're the visiting team, you'll call the toss. That's a head, call it in the air. If it hits the ground, we'll flip it again. You ready? Call it. Tail. Tail. You call it a tail, it is a tail. You want your choice this half or the second half? Defer it. You want to defer, okay. Whites won the toss. They'll defer to the second half. You want the football, right? Which way do you want to kick it? We want to defend. Let's go. Okay, put your back over there. Green, come over here, please. Green has their option. They'll receive here. All right, men, shake hands again. Let's have a good ball game.
And the Wonders will be working into a slight breeze that'll be in their face here in the first period. Let's take a look at the probable offensive and defensive starting lineups. First for the South Rowan Raiders. Really no changes, Woody, from a couple of weeks ago when we had them on our Metro 12 game of the week.
No, you see Probst, Bear, Torrance, Miller, Welch, Fields, Smith, Martin, Query, Whaley, and Jackson for the Raider offense. And as we flip and take a look at the defense, Query, Cook, Goodale, Mullis, Miller, Teal, Torrance, Overcash, Connor, Neely, and Sherrill. And then as we take a look at the Wonders, first chance we've had to look at them this season, and we'll see Allen, Brown, Maddox, Sheets, Jenkins again, Johnson, Hill, Miller, Teal, and Jolly on offense. The Wonders on defense, Poor, Teal, Johnson, Nelms, Early, Revis, Kennedy, Allen, Kraft, Ford, and Harris.
And we're about set. There you see Bruce Harden and his coaches getting the game plan. They hope that will work successfully tonight. Last minute instructions to his senior quarterback, Sean Allen.
Looks like you got, Ford and Maddox deep for the Wonders.
Chance Tucker, number 95 for the Raiders in your picture, set to give this annual renewal to our Tribals. Always a big ball game, and just geographic location makes it big. Fans are on their feet, and we're about ready to get the 96 version of South Rowan and A.L. Brown underway here at Memorial Stadium. Particularly deep, but it did drift a little bit with the wind at the 5-yard line. Here comes Maddox. He'll move out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. On the coverage for South, David Teal. And that's another little sideline story in this game. You've got cousins opposing each other at arch rival schools. Joey on the green side, David on the other side.
And now as you're going to look at the Kannapolis backfield here, we mentioned Tron Brown in the open, Randy. He had a big 100-plus yard game last week against Statesville. The Wonders very opportunistic in that contest.
Brown and Maddox behind Allen on first down. It will be Maddox hitting the line, got maybe back to the line of scrimmage, if anything. It was Chris Torrance coming in there making a big hit. Also Kevin Goodale, the defensive tackle, 47, had penetration in the backfield. Really no gain on the play, so let's call it 2nd and 10.
No gain, 2nd and 10 Wonders.
This time the Wonders will split 2 receivers to the big side of the field, or to the right of your screen. One set back, and they'll flop Sheets over on the left side. Number 37, the tight end, toss. Here is Tron Brown, gets a good block at the line of scrimmage, bounces out to the 30, 31-yard line. He'll be near the first down, but I think he's going to be short, Woody.
He's going to be about a yard short, maybe a little bit less than that, but a nice play by the Wonders. All kinds of room over there for Brown to make his move.
Once again, some good offensive line blocking to pave the way to get the end sealed there and turn the corner. And Tron Brown who came into tonight's game averaging, listen to this, 5.3 yards per carry, 272 yards, and a couple of touchdowns rushing. So not too shabby stats for just 2 games into the season.
And he was the featured back a year ago, Randy, but toward the middle point of the season, on toward the end. A little bit closer than it looked like, but still short for the Wonders. About a little bit less than a foot, maybe. But toward the middle end of the season, we saw Nick Maddox really start to come on and open some eyes here. And now having both those guys in the backfield at the same time has to worry some defenses.
You've got a sophomore and a junior behind an experienced senior quarterback in Sean Allen. And what do you admit? I know a couple of years ago you said, watch this Allen kid. By the time he becomes a senior, he is going to be a true leader out there for the Wonders, and that he has already shown this season.
He's just such a poised young man, and really, we talked about it last year, seems to be so cool running the Wonder offense, and doesn't seem to be a kid who gets real excited, gets real rattled no matter what's happening on the field. And boy, we saw him have some big games last season.
3rd and not much at all. Allen will keep it, and he'll have the first down, the initial first down of this game out near the 33-yard line. On simply a magnificent night. I don't know, it seemed like we went from summer to fall.
In a week.
Yeah. There's the plumber's perch, and I was over here in this vicinity earlier in the week, and he already had the lights installed, so he's been waiting on this home opener for the Wonders for a long time as well. On first down, Allen looks to the air. A little zip pass, intercepted. South Rowan will be the first team on the scoreboard. An interception by number 15, Charles Sherrill, on a deflected pass.
He had it in his hands, Randy, and it just popped loose. And we take a look at it again here, you'll see the man is open. Looked like it was Maddox out there, number 20. Yes, it was, and it just popped out of his hands. And the next thing you know, Sherrill is off to the races the other way, and that's 6.
A 37-yard pass interception return for a touchdown, and it comes with 10:26 to go. So turnover is a big part of the game, and the Raiders get the first big break as Bradley Reynolds, he's not even warm, on to attempt the extra point. That's makes it easy on your offense. This is similar to what happened last week. High snap, and now running for his life is Matt Overcash. He'll throw into the end zone, and he had a man open. But I don't think he was not what you call, didn't want to be quarterback that bad on that play.
That's not the way Coach Van Hoy threw it up.
A break of the action, the Raider kickoff is next. We see the fans continuing to settle in here. We've played 94 seconds in this game, and it's already 7-0 with the turnover. The pass interception by Sherrill, and the Raiders are on the board. Their offense hasn't even been onto the field. Here's the second kickoff by South, and it will be Maddox at the goal line. Tripped, stays on his feet for an additional 5 or 6 yards out across the 20 to the 21-yard line. On the coverage, number 9, Andre Neely, who is a starter on that South defense at the corner.
Well, Randy, we've seen so far this season, South Rowan, we talked about Kannapolis being opportunistic. The Raiders have really done a good job of creating turnovers for themselves and turning it into points.
And that's something that last year they were maybe having a little bit of problems with. You want that turnover ratio in your favor. I formation this time. South Rowan on defense, trying to dig in, and this is Brown wigging and wagging, and he'll get 3 tough yards out near the 24-yard line. Tron Brown is 5'11", 175-pound junior. Well, we know Kannapolis can come back. They've done it their first 2 games of the season. They had a track meet up at Statesville last week.
And it seemed like, 3 or 4 of the games we had with Kannapolis last year, they came from behind.
And we know South can get in a track meet. They can put some points off on the board, as evidenced by the 42 they got against West Rowan last week. 3 wide receivers, single set back on 2nd and 7. Sean Allen coming down the line, looking for the block. Now he's going to run it. 30, 35. He'll have the first down. And if you run a pretty play, you always want to do it in front of the coaches, in front of your own bench.
And what a nice move that time by Allen. It looked like one of the Raiders was going to have a shot at him in the backfield, and he just turned on the jets and ran around him, not past him. He made a loop and ran around him.
That's the long way around to get to where you want to go. But Allen had 125 yards rushing coming into tonight's ball game, so that's a weapon back there. You got the threat of the running quarterback, and that's certainly something South doesn't want to fall asleep on. They'll go to the quick trap this time. Brown spins out of tackles. He'll have another first down up to the 47-yard line. And this is what we saw Sean run last year against the Raiders in the closing minutes of that game.
Straight up the middle that time, Randy. Just running over people, spinning around others, and just made it happen. That was a nice bit of running.
They had set him up at the fullback position, straight I formation that time, and just a quick hitter, and the offensive line did the job. First and 10, officially at the 48-yard line. This will be Tron. Flags fly before the play gets underway. 8:57 to go here in the opening period. 7-0 Raiders on top.
Illegal motion, yeah.
Illegal procedure against the Wonders.
So that'll cost him 5. Back to the 43-yard line. First and 15. As Tron Brown will check out of the backfield, and in for the Wonders will be number 29. And we'll pick his number up for you in just a minute. That's going to be Ivar Johnson.
Another sophomore, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's a big kid. Another flag.
Well, the Wonders are negating that fine run by Brown if this is the identical call.
That's what you'd expect based on when they blew the whistle, yep. And this is the kind of stuff that drives coaches crazy.
Of course, the people in the band don't really matter. They're partying.
Right, they're not into X's and O's very much up there. There's Coach Van Hoy for the Raiders, and, you know, he's liking it.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that with a broken finger back there? Did you see that? Jamie McCraven wears number 43. That's the number he had on.
38.
I think he was scheduled to start maybe at a defensive end. Jonathan Mullis on the defense is taking his place. I believe that may be the reason he's out. Play fake. Allen rolling. Backside pressure. Lets it go deep. And he's got Maddox open. Out of bounds. No, they said he was out of bounds, but what a catch.
And what a nice throw under pressure. You look at Sean Allen down there. He's still on the ground. He got a big shot from one of the Raiders on the backside. He never saw him coming, but he got drilled in the back just as he got ready to throw that one. He's up and moving around okay now, but what a shot he took, and he stood right in there and did his job.
If the field had been 1 yard wider, it would have been a first down and into South territory. Instead, it's second down and 20. As Ford will check out of the lineup for A.L. Brown. From the 38-yard line. Quick hitter again. They'll get about 3, 4, maybe 5 that time up near the 43-yard line. Ashante Miller in on the tackle of Tron Brown. Now, Coach, you got it 3rd and long. They need the Southwind 42 to keep the drive going. Ball resting just over their own 42.
Pretty good average so far, Randy, for Tron Brown. He's got 28 yards on 4 carries. 7-yard and average. Yeah, on the average. Not too shabby.
I'll take that. Allen with a play fake. Quick pass over the middle. Shipped it. He was looking to hit Jeff Sheets, the tight end, and that one came close to being picked off again.
Well, we talked about, Randy, the importance of the intermediate passing game. The team that could get that going a little bit was going to be effective tonight. So far, the Wonders 0 for 3 in the passing game tonight with an interception.
And punting time for the Wonders. First time tonight. And back deep is number 42 in punting formation for Kannapolis, and that's Danny Jenkins.
Punting for the Wonders.
Danny, of course, 6'3" sophomore.
Back deep for the Raiders looks like Charles Sherrill, who's already found his way to the end zone once tonight.
Yeah, I think he has got the roadmap, so he knows
where it is. We've established that.
A long count. Al Jenkins, with no pressure, gets off pretty fair punt. Does not turn over. And at the 21-yard line, the Wonders look to have that one sealed down, and they do near the 30-31-yard line. Michael Jotley, 51 down there. for Kannapolis on the kick coverage, to name a few.
Looks like also involved in that was Paul Allen, number 39.
7:05 to go in the opening period. Here comes the South offense on. That's kind of like being like the pitcher. You got a 4-run lead before you go out on the mound. So the offense sees action for the first time tonight, leading 6-0. Here is Torrance hitting the left side, goes out near the 34-yard line.
Number 6, Chris Torrance.
Chris Torrance, 299 yards in the first 3 games. That's what easy to figure, almost 100-yard average a game. And he's carrying about 5.3 yards per carry. So these guys out of the eye, the tailback, that's the workhorse back there.
Yeah, believe me, not many people were shocked when the first play was a handoff to Torrance.
Tony Probst can run the football as well. This time they'll give it to Bear, the fullback. He skips a tackle and will be near the first down out across the 40-yard line. Somebody had a hold of his ankle with just the strong running of the sophomore, who was 185 pounds. Just tore loose and got an extra 5 yards.
Fine job that time. He staggered and bounced and hopped a little bit and made something out of that play. And now we've got what the officials are calling a timeout, aren't they? Are they going to measure?
Oh, they're going to bring the chains over. I think they're going to be
a little bit short, maybe.
Not as much as that first measurement earlier in the game. They don't want to wait till the fourth quarter. They want to get loose already here. There's the chain crew bringing it out.
Well, they get kind of lonely over there if you don't use it.
That's right, like the Maytag repairman.
Yeah.
About a half a yard shy. So it's third down and very short here with 6:13 left in the opening period. Overflow crowd, to say the least, on a gorgeous night. Beautiful sunset as the nip of fall is in the air in Tavares County. Tony Probst, the 5'10", 155-pound senior quarterback, who's completing over 50% of his passes on the year. He's already thrown for 4 touchdowns. They'll give it to Torrance. He'll have the first down and then some out to the 45, 46-yard line. First down, South Rowan.
He just kind of turned sideways there at the line of scrimmage, Randy, and squirted through. And then when he made contact, the pile fell his way.
Makes himself very slippery. Torrance, only a junior. We saw him last year and had some good games on our Metro 12 coverage and knew he was going to be a good one back there. 2 wide receivers this time for Probst and the Raiders. First down at their own 45-yard line. Torrance again, hitting the left side. Got about 2 that time before the Wonders were there to wrap him up. 37, Jeff Sheets over there. Also Mark Kennedy, a linebacker, number 10. And we talk about the size. Joey T will play a defensive tackle, 250. Philip Johnson, another DT for the Wonders, 240 on that side of the line. But you got Justin Query, guard, Andy Whaley, guard. Tip of the scales at 275 and 230. So a little bit of beef out there.
No question.
It's second down and 8. Probst going to the air. Looks, and he's got it. Receiver complete at the Wonder 42-yard line. He zipped that pass. Tony Fields, the flanker, with a great catch. We watch it again.
Take a look here. You'll see him starting off, and he's open. Leads him just enough there, and almost a fine play coming back on defense there by William Kraft to break that up, but not quite in time. Almost about, what, 13?
Yeah, almost an impossible pass to defend. Kraft was there. Just a great pass. You couldn't have handed it to him any better.
So Tony Fields gets his name in the stat book so far.
And the Raiders are in Wonder territory. Their offense, I should say, for the first time tonight. At the Kannapolis 42-yard line. Torrance hit in the backfield. Ball is loose. Wonders have recovered. Let's see who got it. It's number 26 for Kannapolis. Flag is down, I believe. Let's see who the 26 was for the Wonders who fell on the football. That was Jason Mounts.
Wonders ball.
Boy, that was a hit in the backfield. The ball just stripped loose. And the turnovers are even. Now, a interception for a touchdown. And now a fumble recovery by the Wonder defense. And offense for the Wonders back onto the field. Split backs this time behind Allen. 4:20 to go, opening period. Tron Brown has the football. He's got some blocking, and it really closed down in a hurry, Woody, after about 3 yards. South fought their blocks off well.
Yeah, he had some room, and you're right. The Wonders had him sealed off. Looks like one of the Raiders is limping a little bit over there. It looks like it's Jonathan Mullis, number 45, as he works his way back into the Raider huddle. And yeah, how these guys are. No, Coach, I'm all right. There ain't any bones poking out. There he is.
That could be the old Jim Brown. I'm hurt. Run at me.
Yeah.
Gain of 4 on the play. From the 48-yard line. Toss sweep this time. They've got some room. Maddox has got some room, and he may be gone. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown.
Look at it again, just a simple sweep, a toss, the same play they used Maddox on earlier, but this time some good blocking on the outside, and then Maddox just turns on the speed, and that was that.
The sophomore goes 52 yards, and just like that, in about 10 seconds, the game is tied. And now for the extra point, Kannapolis with a chance to go up here as Evan Smith kicks it up and through the uprights. Timeout on the field. 3:32 to go. Wonders by 1. Back to Memorial Stadium. Woody, both teams have scored off turnovers created by their defense here in this game.
Although South was a little more direct, but the Wonders with theirs might have been bigger because they broke a good South Rowan drive and were able to turn it into points a short time later.
Yeah, it just took them 2 plays to score instead of 1 big interception there. 7-6, Kannapolis on top. I think we're in store for a good one here tonight.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that, again, nobody's surprised about.
Sheets kicks it to the 17-yard line. And look out, here we go the other way. Overcash out to the 42-yard line. And South will have great field position for their second series of the game. Jason Nelms, who recovered the fumble, recovered the ball carrier that time, where it would have been 6 the other way.
Boy, and Randy, this looks like it's going to be one of those games where you see big play after big play. Not one of those where it's 3 yards and a cloud of dust all night. You're going to see some big moments that are going to swing the momentum back and forth in this contest. We've seen it already, and we've still got 3.5 to go in the first quarter.
Well, I believe the adrenaline factor is maybe waned somewhat with these teams. Play fake, and Probst rolls. Got plenty of time. Receiver wide open, midfield, first down. Down to the Wonder 40-yard line goes number 81, Jamie Welch, the tight end. He just came rumbling out of the offensive line there, and somebody forgot him.
Boy, they sure did. What's that, about 19, 20 yards?
We got officially 18 on the play.
Here it is again. Take a look, and you'll see him out of the backfield. Nice little move there. Look at him make the pile go his way, Randy.
He drove Raybar Harris back a little bit. Mark Kennedy over there to try to finish the number, but the Raiders are in Wonder territory again. Toss sweep. Lawrence cuts. Oh, boy, is he popped.
I mean, that was a stick, Randy.
Lee Early, instrumental last week in the Statesville game for the Wonders on defense, has shown his teammates on the defensive line how to make a textbook tackle. I'm sure that will grade well with the coaches.
Well, I got to be off headset here for a minute and make sure all my feelings are still in my head after that one. Goodness gracious, what a jolt.
Ooh, that hurt. No gain, needless to say. You've got Miller and Tony Fields, the wideouts. Miller to the top of your screen. On 2nd and 10, working out of the eye once again for Probst. He'll keep it, cuts it upfield. He's got some room, trying to get around the corner. Boy, I tell you, the tearaway jersey, he'd have been gone, but he's got about 8 or 9 yards. Ford finally made the tackle for the Wonders. He held on about 15 seconds.
He did. And that's the same thing as a 3 count in wrestling, right? You hold him that long, he's down. Nice run that time by Probst, though.
An 8-yard pickup. We're actually getting 7 on the play to the 33-yard line. It's still 3rd down. That makes it a little bit more realistic here for South Rowan. Probst to Torrance. right side. First down and more to the Wonder 28-yard line. Boy, the offensive line on both these teams is just blowing some folks off the ball.
They sure are, Randy. Neither team seems to be having a whole lot of trouble moving the ball on the ground, and it's not just one play. They're using a variety of places and attacking the lines on both sides at several different locations and making it work.
This is what Larry Mason say, smash mouth football, right?
No doubt.
I think he coined that phrase. I don't know. He stole it from somewhere anyway. That came out of his book.
That's right. That's right. The handbook.
Play fake, ropes, rolls, big side. Good protection on field and complete. He had two receivers in the general area. Number 81, Jamie Welch, who caught the last play or pass. Similar play, just rolling big side of the field, tried to get open.
And Randy, the play fakes for the Raiders so far have been very effective. The Wonders are diving into that line of scrimmage like they're certain that one of the backs has that football. So nice execution by South Rowan on those play fakes. They are really doing a good job of that.
You got to, when you got that one guy back there, they know out of the I formation, now they split the backs. Second down and 10 for the Wonder 28-yard line. Straight drop. Going post. Miller. Oh, complete. Inside the 5-yard line. Ashante Miller, the 6'4" senior, just skied about 10 feet in the air. It'll be first and goal Raiders.
Take a look again. Are you kidding me? This is what we thought they would try to do against the Raiders. You see him there just inside the 30. Back is approach with good protection, and he just throws it up against the smaller man and just lets it go up there and get it, Randy. And that's the advantage when you've got a receiver the size of Ashante Miller. 6'4", 210 pounds. He can just go over people and come down with the ball.
I asked Rick Van Hoy had he dunked one over the goalpost yet, but he said no, but I believe he could. The way he can get up. First and goal at the 1-yard line officially. Here's Torrance right side, and let's see.
Touchdown.
Raiders are back on top. 56 seconds to go in the first period. We'll watch the offensive line here on this surge.
It looked like the Raiders, or rather the Wonders, had him stopped for just a moment. You see the motion, and a good lead block there. A couple of guys made some room for him to get through, and Torrance was in the end zone.
Hard to stop Torrance from 1 yard out.
Okay, right now, as of this moment, Randy, the fans have gotten their money's worth. So whatever happens from here on, the fans are going to owe A.L. Brown some money back.
Right, and the Raiders are going to go for 2. Try to get it back after they botched the snap last time. Well, here comes Probst. He'll cut it inside. He's got the 2-point conversion. So the Raiders are back on top by 7 now, 14-7, and we've still got 56 seconds to go in the opening period. Raider kickoff. There have been many so far coming up. Larry Mason, I believe Steve Gann has even made an appearance. We're all here, folks. We wouldn't miss this one for anything.
Well, that's dangerous.
It could be.
Somebody better call the fire marshal quick.
Raiders kicking it deep once again. It will be Ford at the 10-yard line. 15, gets a good block. 20, hangs on. Somebody hung on. Now he's going to reverse his field, I think. They finally got him on the ground at the 33-yard line. That was an interesting run back.
Sure was, and he ran about 732 yards on that play, zigzagging back and forth across the field, but a nice bit of effort that time by Ford to keep that play alive. It looked like the Raiders had it by the ankle, and he was going to go down, but he kept fighting through it and kept fighting through it and made something out of it. Nice play.
Well, let me see. Let's flip over. Okay, we're on offense. Okay, we were just on offense. Wait a minute. It's one of those track meets, folks.
Here we go.
Single setback for the Wonders at their own 33-yard line, and an official stoppage of play by the referees. No flags are down. Timeout called by South Rowan. They got caught with 10 men on the field, I believe. And you don't want to go against anybody, much less one of your arch rivals with just 10 guys out there on defense. Rick Van Hoy.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that coaches hate to see. You don't mind so much if things just don't fall your way as you do when you have errors mentally, things that just don't go right. And then Sean Allen says, well, shoot, we've just been fine playing with 10. I don't mind.
Yeah, we'd have just attacked that spot. It probably would have took them long to find out where the guy was.
I'm sure he saw it.
Oh, yeah. He counts, too.
what happened is they saw Sean grinning and knew something was up.
Salivating maybe is the word. 45 seconds to go in the opening period here at Memorial Stadium. For the socially late arriving crowd, they missed 21 points.
Yeah. Somebody's going to come in here a little bit late after getting tangled up out in the parking lot and feel like they've already missed a whole football game.
2 wideouts and a single setback behind Allen. We're ready to go again here at the 33. Allen coming down the line, cuts it upfield. Flag is down, and Allen goes down to the 37-yard line. That could be in the vicinity of holding against the Wonders, would be my bet, because it was dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
And it's probably going to be over there on the right side. No, it's not going to be the holding. It's going to be a little bit of the illegal
shift there.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce Harden and his coaches do put a little icing on the cake from time to time. They'll move the tight end, flop a guy here, move a guy here. He may have turned upfield too soon, too. So that'll cost Kannapolis 5 back to the 29-yard line.
3 penalties for 15 yards for the Wonders so far.
Have not been of the major drive-killing variety, although it's now 1st and 15. Final 30 seconds, clock running here in the first chapter. And Ford is the man in motion. And the man in motion with the football now is Brown. Gets away, gets around the corner. Yes, he does. He's got 5, he's got 10, he's got more, and he's out of bounds at midfield.
Ramsey Connor looked like he was the guy that finally pushed him out, Randy, and another flag is down.
Somebody may have held. That's got to be holding there on the corner.
And I mean, that time, Brown fought through 2 tackles. Holding is the call indeed, and it's going to be against the Wonders. And you know Coach Harden doesn't like that even a little tiny bit over there on the Wonders sidelines. I'm telling you, Brown did a good job to fight through 2 tackles. It looked like 2 of the Raiders had him just clear as a bell, and he busted right through him and kept going.
So that will be of the major variety. So Kannapolis' offense moving back closer to their own goalpost this time. They'll set the ball down from the point of infraction, mark it off. It'll be right at their own 20-yard line. And as the clock runs down, and they will not get a play off. 12 minutes are in the books, and it's been a good one. The Raiders on top of Kannapolis, 14-7. Number 2, the Wonders will have what breeze there is behind their backs here in the second period. Right now, they've got it 1st down and 24 at the 20. Play fake, plenty of time. Allen upfield, ball tipped, and then almost caught, then almost intercepted, but it fell incomplete.
Randy, a couple of key stats so far at this point in the game for the Wonders. 0 for 4 with 1 interception in the passing game and 4 penalties for 30 yards.
And right now you're seeing the field position. That's evidenced by what they've had, 20 yards. About 20, 15 yards on this particular drive.
Yeah, 20 on this drive alone.
They send Ford and Jenkins as the wideouts on 2nd and a bundle. Sheets, this tight end, will flop over on the left side. And they'll toss it. After all that, Maddox looking for some blocking. He's got some room, and they finally corral him at about the 32-yard line.
Looks like he got about, 7, maybe 8.
But Nick's so explosive, he looks like he's a little bit quicker this year than last with that first step, and looking to turn it upfield. Last year, we saw him maybe trying to get the corner turned a lot more. Now he's kind of put on a little bit more weight.
The Wonders have been effective with that little toss sweep, Randy. They've been able to do that quite a bit. And we saw Maddox break the big one for 52.
3rd down. The line to make is just shy of their own 44-yard line. Ball resting just over the 30, so it's 3rd and 14. Allen, play fake.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Cash almost had him, and now the secondary wave gets him, led by number 88. And that young man is Ashante Miller, who has already played big on offense this game and makes his presence felt on defense.
Man, so that's going to push him back, 11 yards?
And now will be punting time, 2nd Wonder punt of the night. And Jenkins will go back to do the honors inside the Wonder 10. Matt Overcash, who almost had the quarterback, there he is. He's in punt receiving formation.
And Randy, you mentioned it a moment ago, the difference right now is the Raiders are having the battle of field position go their way.
They're showing 8 men on the line of scrimmage. And they will peel for the return. Jenkins gets off a good punt. Out of the line driver, though. The 42-yard line over Cash. Will duck into the pile and be ridden back at about midfield.
But let's give a call, Randy, on that last play to the defensive coaches for South Rowan. They had a little bit of ESP there and knew what was coming. And as Allen looked up to pass, he had one man in his face, was able to get by him, but that disrupted the play enough until Ashanti Miller and the rest of the South Rowan defense could get there. A nice play call by the Raider defensive coaches on that last series there on third down.
Plus on 3rd and 14, you know, chances are they're going to put it in the air, too. High formation for South Rowan, leading by 7. They'll give it to Torrance, and he's got a good little seam to slide through and got about 5 yards. The green kind of squeezed him at the 45-yard line.
And the Raiders just right back at it, Randy, just pounding away.
Well, they go off the offensive line, which checks in the small guy. There is Tulin Martin, offensive tackle. He's 6'2", 295.
Yeah, that's small, all right.
Terry Jackson's
What, they call him tiny?
Yeah. Terry Jackson's 275, the center, and Query 275, one of the offensive guards. So they might could go with the Panthers there for a while. It'll pass out on the flat. Miller's got it. Jukes one man. He'll have the first down and be brought out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
And that's a key with Miller, Randy. He's such a big, strong kid that you can just throw it out there with a little short pattern and then let him try to beat guys one-on-one. Nick Maddox was out there with him, and he had a hold of him, had a pretty good hold of him, in fact, but Miller just kept going right down the field until 2 more Wonders had to come over there and help finish him off.
Kind of shades of another tall guy a couple of years ago who played wide out, and his name was Adrian Parker.
Yeah.
So they got some guys who can sky for it here at South over the years. Up the middle, tripped up. No gain, maybe a yard that time. Wonders with a little penetration in the backfield that time, led by Philip Johnson, number 71.
Looks like it's going to be, what, maybe a yard?
No, they're being kind. I was spotted at the 34-yard line. 2nd and, let's call it 9, as we tick inside 9 minutes to go, opening half. There you see the numbers. The guest from South Rowan leading by a touchdown. The difference, the interception return on the first drive of the game by Kannapolis. Here's Probst being flushed out. They're giving chase. Probst will go back across the field, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, man. No doubt about it. He would have been better off, and I'm sure when they go back and look at the films, the Raider coaches will be saying, when you've got to play like this, a flag is down, Randy, but I'm sure they'll be telling them, when you've got to play like this and it breaks down, if you're not sure, throw it away. Another penalty.
Roughing the passer going to be the call against the Wonder defense. So that will be from the point of infraction. They'll tack the penalty on. That's a dead ball foul. And
first down, no doubt, though.
Yeah, they'll definitely get my first down there. And here we go. So we'll break for South Rowan down to the 19-yard line of Kannapolis.
5 penalties now for 45 yards against the Wonders.
And that is kind of, that one is a killer if you're defense, but boy, what a gift for the offense now. The Raiders threatening in the red zone. Torrance with the football, hits the middle, and nowhere that time. They got him maybe for a yard lost that time. Lee Early over there. Also Paul Allen, the weak side linebacker, in to team up for the tackle. So a loss of a yard.
71, Philip Johnson.
There you see what the Wonder sideline is seeing, and we got the advantage of being able to focus. It looks a lot further.
Yeah, sure does.
Set it up at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 11. 2 wideouts, I formation. Miller is the man to the top of your screen.
He's the guy to watch.
Yeah. Play fake, they'll option out. Torrance hit and stopped that time. Mark Kennedy, number 10, came in and did a good job of just creating havoc in the backfield. Something we didn't see South do a lot of a couple of weeks ago down at Northwest Woody. They were not optioning a lot out of that I formation. They were just lining it up and tossing it back and go with it.
And they tried to do it again that time, Randy, and it's not there. I'm sure they're trying to keep from doing anything to create a turnover here as they're down close to field goal range. And this is where we saw them struggle a little bit with Northwest once they got down inside the red zone.
Third down and 10 at the 19. Play fake. Probst flushed out of the pocket. Hit as he throws. Is it a forward pass? Incomplete. Mark Kennedy has made 2 fine plays in a row, and that will thwart any chances the Raiders have maybe of trying to get 6 out of this possession.
Yeah, and you're right, Randy. 2 nice plays back-to-back by Kennedy, but another good job by Probst just to get that one away.
Very dangerous. That thing could have slipped out of your hand. A guy scooped it up. Here we go the other way. Anything's possible. They'll line it up pretty much straight away, actually more toward the right hash mark. 26-yard line and 10 more. It's a 36-yard field goal attempt now by Bradley Reynolds, the 6-foot junior. Snap, spot, the kick is on its way. It's long enough, and it is good. So the Raiders have got 3 points out of it, and they take a 10-point advantage with 6:59 to go before halftime. 2 years ago, the South Rowan Raiders broke a personal 10-game losing streak to the Wonders here at this very place, Memorial Stadium. And I think some of those guys who were on that team kind of like winning over here, and right now they're winning 10 points.
But don't forget, Randy, the Raiders had the lead late in that game last year, and the Wonders came back and won it. Nice kick.
Chance Tucker drills it into the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20. 31-23 heartbreak loss by the Raiders last year. They led 9 points into the 4th quarter and just self-destructed. Of course, give the Wonders credit. They blocked the punt, I believe. That kind of set them on fire, and I've never seen running backs run like that.
They just went completely nuts. I mean, in that 4th quarter, Kannapolis just went berserk.
Talk about a game of ebbs and flows and emotion. 3 wide receivers this time for Sean Allen on first down. And
another flag, delay a game, maybe?
Well, the huddle clock
is off.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here's the signal. It's
get the Raiders. First penalty against them.
I think they were kind of in the neutral zone. Somebody lined up wrong, so here we go the other way. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Wonders. Move it out to the 25-yard line. Don't forget, we got some good halftime for you tonight.
Oh, yeah, 2 of the better bands around.
Big Green Machine and the Marching Raiders. They've been waiting all year to do this, too. Tailback through, and Tron Brown, they finally wrestle him to the ground. They pushed him back just a little bit. We'll see where they mark his forward progress.
I think he ran into Ashanti Miller there. Brown bounced off one guy at first, and the next thing you know, Miller was right there and wouldn't let him go.
Actually, a half a yard maybe. 2nd and 4, we'll call it.
2nd and 4.
Here they swing 2 receivers once again wide. Sheets, tight end, will set up on the left side of the line. And looks like a big hit up the middle. Sean Allen faked everybody out that time.
He sure did.
And he'll get the first down out to the 35-yard line. He darn near got away. That was like a design play. He may have saw something, could have audibilized there at the last minute and says, shoot, man, look at that gap. I'm going.
If it was his call, it was a nice one.
Advantage of maybe having an experienced senior out there at quarterback.
That's one of those where the coaches go, no. Good play, Sean. Good play.
Yeah, pick up 10. Here's Allen with the toss, and Maddox cuts it. It gets a good block. 40, 45, midfield, Raider 49-yard line. Give him 15, maybe 16 on the play, and Nick Maddox made it look magical as he was doing a little spinning there. But give the offensive line, he got a good block there initially.
He sure did, and I think it was Miller who was out there that got taken down by one of the Wonders, missed the number on the good block by the Kannapolis player. But again, Randy, the Wonders have been very successful with that little quick pitch to Maddox.
And he will stay in at the tailback position. Evar Johnson is the up back, or the fullback. And he'll get it straight up the gut. Check it. It is Tron Brown. My apologies. Tron Brown. Of course it's Tron Brown. Anybody that runs like that, it's who else?
Yeah. Another nice run.
And another 10 yards on the play and another first down. We've still got 5:17 to go here in the first half. Is breaking the huddle with 2 wide once again. Jenkins, but they're going to run it. Maddox.
Maybe 3.
Yep, almost a late hit there. One of the Raiders a little zealous coming in, but no harm, no foul. Rick Van Hoy urging his defensive unit on across the far way. It's 2nd and 8 as they break the huddle, and now Sean Allen, a little indecisiveness. He'll call a timeout. 4 minutes, 38 seconds to go. They got the Christmas lights up already. It's 17-7 here at Memorial Stadium. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Randy Willie along with Woody Kane, and we've got 4:38 to go in what's been a offensive-minded first half here. From the 38-yard line, the toss will go to Maddox. Trying to get around the corner, and it's one man. The speed gets him to the corner, and he'll have about 3 yards that time, maybe 5. Scott Wagner got him out of bounds, or check it, it was Charles Sherrill got him out of bounds. Charles already playing big tonight with that big 37-yard pass interception for a touchdown. That kind of set the tone, and we knew it'd be one of those nights after that happened. 3rd down and 3. Unbalanced line now. They'll move Sheets over on the right side. Toss, Maddox. Oh, look at the speed.
And he's going to pick up the first down, Randy. In fact, he's going to have, it's like about 7 or 8 more yards than he needed that time. But there was a great block up there at the point of attack by Evar Johnson, number 29. He blew somebody out of the way that time, and it allowed Maddox to spring loose and make some big yardage on that. Nice block by number 29.
Well, you knew something was going on. They put Sheets, the big tight end, over on the right side. Here we go this side. Student body right. That's the big side of the line to the right this time. Oh, check it. Here goes Sheets left side. Let's see if they go left here. Well, they're going to go up the gut. Tron Brown will have yardage to about the 18. And right now, if you're the defensive coordinators for South Rowan, you've got to be wondering a little bit. He says, man, you know, they're running on our big guys out there. We're trying to stop them. It's no secret. We know what they're wanting to do. They know what we want to do. What's going on here?
It's going to come down to one of those who wants it more type situations, I guess.
2nd down and 5. Allen under center. Tosses to Maddox. Gets a good block on the line of scrimmage. Cuts it back. He's down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wonders. Boy, he can smell fader, can't he?
He sure can. And again, Randy, another good block up there by Johnson, who is not going to get a lot of the headlines in the newspapers over the weekend, but he has had 2 key blocks in this drive to help spring Maddox.
Well, he's 6'1", 240 pounds out of that right tackle position. And then you got Evar Johnson as the up back. So the Johnson boys are kind of doing the job. 1st and goal, the 5-yard line. And a flag goes down. Too much time again, and that will another illegal procedure is going to be the call. That is the kind of 5 yards that you don't need when you get there in scoring position.
6th penalty against the Wonders, Randy. 50 yards worth so far here in the first half.
1st and goal now at the 10-yard line. And a timeout is going to be called by the South defense. 2:52 remaining. First half, it's still Raiders by 10. Stadium, the play has been called in from the sideline. Coach Harden can only now look. He can't execute. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Long count by Allen, and he'll toss it to Maddox. He's trying to cut up the middle. He got out of one tackle, got out of two, shook off the third, shook off the fourth, goes to the 4-yard line.
What an amazing run, Randy. When all is said and done, it's only going to be about a 6-yard gain, but Maddox really worked hard to make that happen. Watch him here. It's designed to go far right, and he sees a hole, cuts it back towards the middle, slips, evades a tackle there, gets by one there, gets by another there, and finally the last two guys get him down.
I think it was Ramsey Connor who finally got a hold of him. They better check Nix. He might have some of that slippery stuff on his britches. They can't catch him.
He must. That was a nice piece of running by Nick Maddox.
2nd and goal to the 4-yard line. Allen gives to Maddox. Tron Brown, touchdown. We'll watch it again, and just nothing fancy. In-your-face football right here.
Nice blocking at the point of attack. Good hold there, and he just finds his way to the goal line.
Nice trap on the right side there to seal really what proved to be the necessary corridor to the end zone. Allen to hold now. And the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. We've got a timeout. The 2-minute warning, I guess you could say. 2:01 to go in the first half as the Wonders have drawn to within 3. South by 3. 17-14. Already in the first half, we've only played 14 minutes, so
the way things were going for the Wonders early, Randy, they got to feel good about being only 3 points down here with just about a couple of minutes to go in the first half at this stage with all the penalties and the big interception return for a touchdown against them.
Sheets kicks it out of bounds. There's the flag, so the Raiders will have that option to bring it back out.
Kick goes out of bounds.
And they'll get decent field position to start the drive. Still a long time to go here, and you get Miller loose behind the secondary, and you get some more points here before halftime. Both coaches have got to be pleased, really, with the way their offenses have executed here in the first half. The defenses have not played that badly. It's just big play, one right after another.
And right now, Randy, on 9 carries unofficially, we've got Nick Maddox with 108 yards and a touchdown in the first half.
These guys have had a game already here in the first half. Tony Probst will toss it. And Torrance going nowhere. He was hit in the backfield by Joey Teal, and then Philip Johnson finished him off. So 71 and 73, you got 144 numbers that are coming at you. And Torrance obviously hit harder. I think he's got a cramp in the left leg. So I see a 73 and 71. I think I'd run the other way.
Yeah, but by the time he realized that, I think it was a little too late to change his mind.
Hey, look, our buddy's back.
Is that Steve Gant?
Yeah,
he's looking better these days.
Yeah, he is. I thought he was at the beach.
Well, he was working on that tan. You see what a good job he did.
Yeah, he did. Well, while we put a little solar cane on him, we'll step away. 1:45 to go, first half. Look at the cramps out, but he will go out of the lineup momentarily.
And his backup is going to be Antwain Reed, number 22.
And a little bit of zealousness on the front line. Willie Pope says, yeah, I did it. Right in front of 7,000 people.
But the question, as always, was he drawn? And the officials are having a conference about just that.
Referee, the man in the white hat, he's got the final say-so here, I believe.
Right now, Randy, the Wonders have been penalized 7 times for 60 yards, and let's see if it's going to be more. No, it's going to be against the Raiders.
So, Willie, Mr. Poor, you did your job. You guessed right. So he don't feel so bad now. He looks like a hero.
Yeah. He says, I saw him.
Yeah, I
had him all the way, Coach.
Back inside the 30-yard line. 2nd down. And 16.
That's only the 2nd penalty against the Raiders in this game.
Now, South has not destructed. The only thing really they've done wrong tonight has been turning over the football with a fumble around midfield. That led to the first Kannapolis touchdown. Here's Probst, straight drop, forced out of the pocket. Now he'll run for his life. And ball is loose. Kannapolis has picked it up, and here we go the other way. Jason Nelms carrying the football down to the 10, 12-yard line. Speaking of fumbles, that's the second one tonight, and Kannapolis with a golden opportunity here to at least tie the game or maybe go ahead before halftime.
Now let's take a look at it again. You'll see him here. He wants to pass. Nothing there. He tries to buy himself some time, and now he's just running. And look who it is again, Randy.
Mark Kennedy knocked it up, and Jason Nelms with his second fumble recovery. This time, he had glory in his eyes as he was going down the sidelines. At the 11-yard line officially, here comes the Wonder offense onto the field with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. Man, oh man, we still got another half. Allen, toss, Maddox escapes one tackle and not another one, and the Raiders pound him at the 10-yard line.
Looks like he got about 1.5 or 2.
Well, Kannapolis is definitely in field goal range as the clock ticks, showing 40 seconds right now. And now a timeout has been called on the field by the Wonders. 41 seconds officially to go in the first half here. 17-14. The 2 turnovers by the Raiders. Well, it's been a game of big plays, big turnovers.
Yeah.
And the interception led to a touchdown. This second fumble could lead to some points.
And the first fumble that South Rowan had led to a touchdown.
Right.
So it's been key so far. Now, this is going to leave Kannapolis with 1 timeout as we get down to, 41 seconds here.
You know, an interesting thing, the way Maddox and Brown have been running the football. Sean Allen, don't forget about him. And I'm sure Tim Coyer in the South Raider huddle there defensively is telling his troops, don't forget, this quarterback can run the football as well.
And about the time you're right, he's ready, isn't he?
Yeah, he's...
Come on, I want to pull it.
They're going to run out of ammunition the way this one's going. Hey, did you guys bring some of those shells back from the beach?
No, man, we didn't bring anything like that. But you're right, Randy. Keep an eye on Allen, because if you start focusing too hard on Maddox and Brown, he can fool you.
Great shot down the line. Second down and 10, or 9, I should say. Here comes Allen on the bootleg. Keeps it 5-3 out of bounds. Boy, I tell you, I called that one, didn't I?
Sure did.
They can still get a first down and not the touchdown. The thing to remember here, where the spot will go now. Looks like it's going to go... Well, they gave him a better spot than I would have at the 2-yard line. 35 seconds to go. Fans on their feet. Tron Brown dives, can't get in. He may have enough for the first down.
And the officials are going to stop it here so they can sort things out. They're going to stop the clock with 28 seconds to go. Timeout Kannapolis now.
So they are out of the timeout variety. And it will bring up, we'll keep it right here. Is it going to be 4th down? I'm going to say 3rd down. They still need 2 yards, but they can get a first down. Now they move the chain up. Might be close enough to measure. We'll see.
Now the officials have taken this time out, and they've got a bunch left.
Yeah, they're going to bring it. Will be 4th down if this is not a first down. Here comes the chain crew. Their 3rd appearance of the night. They are getting a workout too.
Yeah, no question. They're going to put in for some extra pay after this one. Let's see how close he is here.
Oh, man. 3 rungs of the chain. 4th down. The ball is resting just outside the 1-yard line.
Big decision here. The Wonders, you would think with 28 seconds, are probably going to go for it. And it looks like Allen is coming back out. Indeed, that's what they're going to do.
Bruce Harden probably has called 2 plays. If they don't get the touchdown, they get the first down. Now the Wonders
asking for some quiet from their home crowd.
Well, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that was real effective, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We paid our $4, we're going to yell.
Yeah. What do you mean we got to pay more money at halftime? Boy, it's just a game of inches. People digging in on both sides. Sheets moves to the right, the tight end. Allen sneaks in, and I don't know. They will have to call a timeout. The officials will. Oh, Lordy. The linesman just got nailed by one of the guys celebrating.
And did you see David Teal jump over everybody and land on Allen's back?
They will have to call an official's timeout if it is close enough for a measurement. And of course, they will get that. It's either going to be South Rowan's football, and they'll run the clock out, or Kannapolis will retain possession. They'll have it first down inside the 1. And I believe he got the first down just looking at where the ball is placed.
Looks like he did. Well, that guy's breathing hard. You see that? The chain guy there?
He's been working out.
He's out of gas already. We got another half to go.
First down. Now the only thing you got to worry about is about 27 inches and 23 seconds.
And remember, Randy, no more timeouts for the Wonders.
Nick Maddox, the tailback. Tron Brown, the fullback. Sean Allen, the quarterback. It could be anybody. It'll be Tron Brown. It ain't stopped. I don't think he got in. No signal. Time is running out. They will not get a playoff before half.
And they're trying to get them out there and get the play going so they can spike the ball, but they're not going to make it, Randy. They don't have time.
Time will run out. The Raiders with a huge defensive goal line stand to end the first half and preserve a precarious 3-point lead as they go to the locker room. 14, our halftime score. Let's take a look at some of those first half statistics. Easier for me to say, right?
Yeah, Wonders 186 on the ground. Nick Maddox, 10 carries, 115 yards. No passing, 0 for 4, 186 total. 1 turnover and 7 penalties for 60 yards. As we look at South Rowan, on the other hand, 43 on the ground, 71 through the air, 114 total, 4 out of 7. 2 big turnovers. Both of those were fumbles and 3 penalties for 15 yards.
Ready for the second half. South, which deferred to the second, will get the hands on the football. Here's Overcash angling the wrong way. You don't want to do it that way. And down on the coverage was number 12, but that was Scott Revis, who did a good job on that suicide squad, as they call. Those are the different breed of folks on the special teams, I want to tell you. Raiders will set up shop first down at the 21-yard line.
And Randy, what a huge moment it was, that stop at the end of the first half for the Raiders, and now they come right out, still have the lead, and get the ball first.
Boy, I tell you, I talked to one of the assistant coaches at halftime for South. He said, man, we are in a war. Tony Probst under center, splits the backs, looks to the air, and Miller dropped it. He had Miller open, little swing pass out to the 22-yard line.
And now you get an idea of what they're trying to do out there, Randy, as you look at the coaching staff for South Rowan. Ford, who was the defensive back on that play, they list him in the program, Randy, at 5'5". And you look at Ashante Miller, 6'4". That's just a huge difference.
I would think that's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Just about.
Second down and 10 for the Raiders from the 21-yard line. And they'll go to Bear. First time, well, only the second time they've called his number. A late flag at the pointed tackle near the 27-yard line.
And that one came flying in there like a bullet. Not the flag. Or rather, not the player, the flag I'm talking about. Let's see. It's going to be a hold against the Raiders. Boy, that was a late flag for a holding call, wasn't it?
Well, I feel like that. Usually you get that around the line of scrimmage. So some of the linemen in their anxiousness to get some more yardage for Bear apparently did the no-no. And that is a big one here early in the second half. Moving back to the 17-yard line. The penalties, wherever they come, hurt, but that would hurt even more. Second down at 14. Too wide, they flop the tight end, which is Welch, over on the left side. And here comes Probst. They do the reverse. Here's Miller. He's got some room. 20, 25, 30, 35, 37-yard line. A little razzle-dazzle out of the Rick Van Hoy playbook, and it worked got him out of the hole.
Sure did, and it looked like the Wonders had that play read and had it buried, but Probst was able to keep his feet long enough to pitch the ball, as you'll see it here, to Miller coming back from the other side. Now, it looks like the Wonders have it buried right there, and he stayed on his feet long enough to pitch it to Miller, sweeping around from the left side, and then he just worked his way up the field.
Some of those big defensive linemen for Kannapolis were over pursuing. They turn around and go, uh-oh.
Yep.
Out of the hole, first down and 10 now for South at the 37. Hare with a football, eludes one man in the backfield and gets out across the 40. Pickup of about 3 that time. As I came out right there at the break and I looked around and I said, oh, that's a lot of people.
It is. I guarantee you, Randy, there are a tremendous amount of people here.
Needs to say the offshoot of the cold sun drop in the concession stand didn't stay with me very long. So we had one of our ball boys carry one up here to those guys here.
There you go.
Second down and 7. Play fake. Pressure from behind. Upfield receiver open, complete. First down into Wonder territory.
I think that's Torrance. And Randy, again, a good job. No, it's not Torrance, or is it? Yes, it is. A good job by Probst to keep his head when that play looked like it was breaking down all around him. Coming into the backfield that time for the Wonders, Jason Nelms broke through. Looked like also Poor broke through. And Probst was just able to elude him and make it work.
And a nice little touch pass under the zone. And it worked. 45-yard line of the Wonders. South overcoming a major penalty, keeping the drive alive, and Probst to the air, but a swing out to Miller. He sidesteps one man and will finally be brought down inside the Kannapolis 35-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down near the 33.
And again, Randy, it's obvious that they're trying to just let Miller get out there and work one-on-one. The same principle as with the reverse. They want him to be able to use his size and strength to overpower some of the smaller secondary people for the Wonders, and it's working.
Ashante Miller, the go-to guy, will go to the sidelines for a breather right now. And in his place, it looks like Bucky Goodale, number 80. Tight end will line up right side. Welch, number 81, and the toss sweep, big side. Torrance cuts it back and just lowers the shoulder into a sea of green there, but got about 5 yards out of it.
Sure did, and that's the first carry for Torrance. We saw him catch the pass earlier, and you had to wonder a little bit if maybe that little cramp he had in the first half might be bothering him a little bit, but just as soon as you think that, he catches a long pass and makes a nice run.
Forward progress down to the Wonder 27-yard line. As you saw the clock continuing to tick, just underway here at the third period. And that one loose in the backfield, still loose. Kannapolis will get it.
And Randy, the crucial mistake, as you see coming out of the bottom of the pile with it there for the Wonders, is going to be Joey Teal. But the crucial mistake, as we look at it again, Torrance is going to have a chance to fall on it right here. Instead, he tries to pick it up, and that's what happens.
Mark Kennedy, number 10 in the backfield for the umpteenth time tonight to make a big defensive play, and the third fumble recovery for the Wonder defense.
Wait, Randy, we were talking about Ramsey Connor a few weeks ago when he was playing against Northwest, but Mark Kennedy, he's the guy tonight you're wondering if there are 3 or 4 of him out there.
I tell you, he's playing all the linebacker slots. Option out. Oops, Maddox says, let's go this way. He's got some blocking in front. Has he got the speed? Oh, South did a good job to recover to limit that to only about 5 yards.
And Randy, you're right though. That's a great athletic play by Nick Maddox to make that one happen, but I don't think he really turned on the jets that time. It looked like he was trying to wait for some blocking to develop in front of him, and it just never happened.
Well, he ran 432 yards.
And all those big hogs out there are saying, wait a minute, I thought we were going this way.
Well, that's one way to neutralize the big hog defense. You run them from side to side. Second and 5. A very imaginative 5 yards on the play. Nick will try the inside this time. And still dancing, and the Raiders will gang up and make the tackle. Forward progress up to about the 39, though.
I think maybe he got one, if that. He might have just gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but for Nick Maddox so far now, Randy, that's, let's see, 12 carries for 120 yards.
Having a good night. 7:25 left in the third period.
No game. Ball scored on a 37, third and 5.
Tron Brown is in along with Maddox in the backfield now on 3rd and 5. They really didn't give him anything on the play. Now they'll split Maddox as wide out to the bottom of your screen. So one setback offense, 4 wide outs here. Potential anyway. Allen to the air. Going deep, he's got Maddox behind the coverage. 14-yard line. Ramsey Connor kept him out of the end zone.
There goes Maddox, and that's what the Raiders were looking at, too, the back of his jersey as he ran down the field. Now, as they line up here, you'll see Sherrill has him at the line, but he lets him go thinking he's going to get deep help in the secondary, but it was late getting there, and Maddox is wide open down the sidelines. Look at that gap he's got, and he is quick.
And look at the touch that Sean Allen had on the pass. You can be great athleticism running down the sideline, but the quarterback's got to get you the football, and he got him in full stride. Wonders now in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. And Allen calls his number up the middle. Hit at the 7, goes to the 5. It'll be near the first down marker. He almost had 6 on that play.
And we saw it in the first half, Randy, just when you start to concentrate on all these other guys a little too much, he can burn you.
He says, darn it, we were denied in the first half of the closing seconds. I'm going to call my number and see what happens. And that probably was an audible. I don't know. We'll ask Coach Harden next week if Sean's got that ability or that power.
Injured Raider.
And we'll check out the injured Raider being helped off the field across the far way.
Looks like Teal.
David Teal, number 40, the linebacker, the junior, shaken up on the last play.
So, Randy, so far tonight, Nick Maddox has a 50-plus yard run and a 50-plus yard pass.
Well, he's
if he can kick and throw, he'll have them all.
Let me see that before it's over with. 1st and goal now for the Wonders. They did get the first down at the 5-yard line, and Maddox is checked back in at tailback. It'll be Nick with the football. Dives to about the 4, maybe the 3. Interesting thing at halftime. I saw a lot of people at halftime. I saw Nick's mother, and she said, Lord, Randy, I can't stand it.
Boy, that's too much excitement, wasn't it? What a great first half. I can understand a lot of people feeling that way. We saw an action-packed first half.
I said, you mean you don't like defensive-minded games? 2nd and goal to the 4-yard line. Pick up of about a little over a yard that time. Tron Brown in at tailback. He'll get the football. Powers up the middle. Near the 1. Wonders determined to push it up the gut. Your offensive line, by the way, you got Michael Jolly in at 245, Desmond Miller 245 at a guard, Johnson 240, Joey Teal at 250, and Ricky Hill, he's the little guy out there, he's 280.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, they're going against Justin Query 265, Daniel Cook 235. Boy, I tell you, this is NFL structured out there tonight. 3rd and goal, 1-yard line, timeout on the field called by the Raiders. On the field. They got caught in the first half with only 10, so we'll take a break here with the teams. 5:04 to go, 3rd period. Still 17-14 South. 7-6. Now they're trying to reclaim the lead. It's been quite some time. 3rd and goal. Just inside the 1-yard line. Allen keeps it. Looks for the block from Maddox. Touchdown.
And you called it, Randy. Maddox was able to do just enough to spring his quarterback to the corner.
That was kind of like that oblong circle the wagons type run. And we'll watch it again here. Perfect execution by the Wonder offensive line.
Now watch Nick Maddox. He doesn't flatten anybody, but he does just enough to help his quarterback. Well, he did flatten the guy, I guess, didn't he? He knocked him down.
Knocked his block off there.
But all he really needed to do was seal him enough to give Sean Allen that step. And hey, that guy's a little bit late, isn't he?
Yeah, but they got the powder dry, wet down there.
Yeah.
Evan Smith out of the hold of Allen to kick us up. And the Wonders have reclaimed the lead. 21-17 with 4:58 to go. Kannapolis kickoff is coming up next. The 6, 14-7, 17-7, 17-14, 21-17. Have I got it all in sequence there? I think.
I don't know. That sounds pretty close.
Yeah, and we still got for what?
Either way, it's yeah.
What, is Dion in here?
He might be.
We need some more speed on the field. Kick deep to the 5-yard line. And Torrance goes down at about the 26. On the coverage. The Wonders sealed the middle that time. And the South offense, which has coughed it up 3 times tonight via the fumbles, 2 of them have turned into Wonder scores.
Exactly. I was about to say, there's Sean Allen, who's all smiles on the sidelines over there now, talking about how he made it around the corner. But the turnovers have been the difference. There have been 4 in the game, and 3 of them have led directly to scores.
Tony Probst sets his offense. He will send Ashante Miller wide to the bottom of your screen. And Goodale is wide to the top, but they'll go to Bear, the fullback.
He's starting to get some more work here in the second half, isn't he?
Yeah, just when you think you got everything under control, they go to the big fullback, and he's a good-looking guy, 5'11", 185-pound sophomore, so he's going to be carrying the load for Rick Van Hoy for a couple of more years.
He went in that locker room and said, hey, call my number. Oh, we got an injury now, one of the Wonders.
Looks like 71 Philip Johnson, the defensive tackle, limping off the field ever so slightly, so Becky Shope, the trainer, will take care of his needs. Doesn't look to be too serious. Second down and 5, 31-yard line. Here's Torrance. Hits the middle and scoots forward. Good bit of second effort. Gets him out to the 39, maybe the 35-yard line.
It's going to bring up a key third down play.
Paul Allen initially there to make the tackle from the weak side linebacker position. Inside 4 minutes to go, third period, as we look at the Wonder sidelines and Bruce Harden.
Tonight's winner of the Carolina Panther t-shirt, Randy Rice. Congratulations, Randy.
Oh, did you just win something?
Randy Rice.
Oh, okay.
I was a little bit disappointed there.
When I said congratulations, Randy, I thought you were winning something.
I didn't win the half and half. I didn't win the shirt.
No, Lenny always wins the half and half. Oh, he's down, and the ball almost came loose.
Torrance may have been a little bit of defense by the early in there, botching things up, but also some footing problems. Torrance slid when he should have slid, I guess. They're trying to work out. Maybe
a cramp, maybe?
Yeah. Philip Johnson, he's played way above the clouds tonight. 240-pound junior. Have we seen South punt tonight?
I think we have once.
One time. So this will be their second punt, first of the second half. Nick Maddox back in deep. Joe Bean does the honors, gets all the beauty. Maddox will run it back at the 34. Well, I'll tell you, he ran right into the big old Bear grass.
Well, and Nick just wasn't going to quit on that play, was he?
Yeah, Daniel Cook said, come here, fella. I got you.
Talking about that last series, Randy, the Wonder defense has done an outstanding job with Chris Torrance tonight. Right now, unofficially, we've got him with 13 carries for only 28 yards.
Ladies and gentlemen,
but as with all good runners, you can shut him down most of the night, but it only takes one.
And Nick Maddox proved that in the first half. It only takes that one misplay or that one mistake, and he can burn you.
Wonders will set up their offense at the 36-yard line and show 3 wideouts.
You gotta be kidding me. Are people still coming in here?
Tron Brown breaks off the right side, breaks the tackle. He's got 15. He's got about 20 yards to the 40-yard line of South. Greg White pushed him out of bounds, and Brown may have twisted an ankle.
And that would be a shame, because what a fine play for Brown to...
I think that's a cramp there, it looks like.
What a fine play after that initial hit for him to keep his feet and keep working upfield. What's that, about 24 yards?
They got, 24 yards officially on the carry. So Maddox back in, and also number 29, Evar Johnson into the fullback spot for Brown. It'll be Maddox on the toss, left side. Good block at the line. He's got 5, he's got 10, he's got 15. He may have 20 before he's pushed out at the 20-yard line. That's just a catch me if you can play. Student body left.
And they had, again, some good lead blocking. Look at number 29 there, huddling with Nick Maddox as they come back.
Johnson, who had come in, the 6-foot sophomore, he won't get all the credit. He won't get all the mail.
But when they grade that film, he's going to get some pats on the back.
And Nick Maddox will probably take him out for supper.
Well, if he doesn't, he ought to at least buy him a hamburger or something.
I guarantee you, he'll take care of him. First down at the 20-yard line. Allen calls the audible, calls his own number, and here's where you get hurt. Twisting every which way. You got about 3 yards on the play.
Number 6, Sean Allen.
That will keep the defense a little honest there as Andre Neely and others come up to make the hit. Rick Van Hoy on the south sideline, Tim Coyer and others urging that defensive unit on. Right now, the Wonders pretty much had their last 2 drives and turned it up a notch.
141 yards unofficially right now for Nick Maddox.
2nd and 7 from the 17-yard line. Inside 2 minutes to go, 3rd period. Here's Allen, options out. Maddox around the corner. 15, breaks the tackle, still on his feet inside the 10-yard line to the 9. And Nick's got the old cramp there.
Well, it's one of those nights where a lot of guys seem to be getting them.
Interesting, it's turned off cool. The humidity levels have gone down, but it will be interesting. I think it's just the hardness of play tonight. Those kids are really putting it all out there. They're not leaving a thing on the field tonight.
Well, this is, as we heard the coaches talk about in the open with Larry, this is one of those games that these guys look forward to all year.
1st and goal right at the 10. They cannot get another first down. Maddox looks up the middle, cuts it to the outside. 5, 3, touchdown.
Or is he?
I think he got in, but the referee says nope. Just a little shy.
And Randy, what made that play a great little stutter step at the line of scrimmage by Nick Maddox. He hopped to his left just as it looked like one of the Raiders was about to hit him, and that bought him that extra 9 yards.
Once again, for you South Piedmont Conference opponents who might be looking in, he's only a sophomore, so
goodness.
Opponents' coaches' headaches for the next couple of years. 2nd and goal with a 1. It'll be Maddox. Nothing that time. 18, Ramsey Connor came up, got a hold of him in a hurry. And 44 was there. That was Jonathan Mollis.
Oh, and look at there. I think we've got another injury. Another cramp, maybe. I hope that's all it is.
Jeff Sheets, the tight end, he could have just had his bell run there. I think he looks like he's going to be okay. He's seeing 22 guys in the huddle, so yeah, as long as he's going back to the right one, and he is.
And now, Randy, another key 3rd down play for the Raiders. This is critical as they're down by 4 points right here.
Those of the ball just, it can't get any closer to the goal line, and the time has expired here in the 3rd period. 21-17, Kannapolis with a precarious 4-point lead after 3. Well, looks like we've been here before, Woody. It's 3rd and goal at the 2-inch line. This is the way we ended the first half. This is the way we'll start the 4th period. 3rd and goal. Allen, maybe check it off right now. He'll give it to Maddox. Hits. Touchdown.
Amazing, Randy. 17 carries, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Nick Maddox.
Talk about a man on a mission tonight. Here we see it again. As they just try to...
And they have a shot at him right here, but he just fights through it. Look at that. And he ran through Ramsey Connor that time. And he only had to take a deep breath, and he was across the line of scrimmage as close as the Wonders were.
Evan Smith now, who has been perfect in the extra point department, kicks 4 of 4. And with 11:57 to go, they have extended their lead to 11 points. The Wonder kickoff is next. Back at Memorial Stadium, the Wonders now with their biggest lead of the night, 28-17. And this is a drive that's south now. They've got to have some points on this drive.
They desperately need at least 3 out of this, Randy. And of course, they'd like to have 7 or 8.
Kickoff going away from Torrance. And it will be Overcash looking. Breaks the initial seam and gets out near the 28-yard line. Since it was 17-7, I think the Wonders have reeled off 21 consecutive points.
And again, the turnovers have absolutely killed the Raiders.
But with a guy like Probst, there you see him. And a guy with a number 6 on his back, they can get it back in a hurry.
And here's
hard-nosed this game, you know.
It's a stage of the game now, Randy, where you're going to look for the Raiders to come out firing.
Ashante Miller has caught 1 touchdown pass tonight. He's got 2 TD receptions on the year. And somebody moved.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Raiders in the backfield. Look at that. He's just dragging guys down the field. Ford had a hold of his jersey, but he just didn't have enough weight to bring him down. And now Miller's got a limp. He may have a cramp.
Well, that play will come back because they had motion in the backfield. I'll tell you what, until they stop that number 88, I'd throw it to him every play, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Penalty against the, we'll check that, 4th penalty against the Raiders so far, and 25 yards worth right now.
That one negated a first down, so it's 1st and 15 at the 23-yard line. The line to make their own 38. Set the backs here. Looks like a passing formation, and Probst will go deep. He's got a receiver overthrown.
Boy, and he laid out for it, didn't he?
That was number 80,
Bucky Goodale. He's going to have turf burn after that one.
Well, it's a fine variety of Bermuda grass over there near the hash mark, so it doesn't sting too bad.
The Wonders disrupted that one a little bit with some penetration into the backfield that forced Probst to scramble around a little bit, Randy, and step underneath the pressure, and that threw the timing off on that play.
11 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the 4th period. And now it's 2nd and 15 for South. Now they'll come back to 20 sets. Probst on the draw. Here's Torrance. He's got 5, 10, and he darn near got the first down. Bumped up at about the 38-yard line. He might have it, depending on the spot.
He's going to be just a little bit short, but he got 14 of it anyway. Take a look at him again here. You'll see a nice hole on that side there. Good blocking by the Raider front. And taking him down at the last minute looked like it was number 19, Rayvar Harris, I believe.
Coming up from the free safety position, and the chain gang guys who've done a great job keeping the links straight tonight. They've been working. Here's the stretch, and let's see.
He did get it.
Yep. Move those sticks, young man. 11 minutes to go in the ballgame. Good call by the offensive coordinator for South Rowan.
Yeah, you know, they were thinking pass all the way on defense.
Now they're not sure what. You're not sure what they're thinking now. I would think they'd go back.
Miller's still on the sidelines, Randy.
That is a key. We'll keep an eye on him. For those cramps, sometimes they jump right out, and then sometimes it takes an eternity to get rid of them. Bear, the fullback, flags are down. Bear got maybe 2, but it could come back.
Looks like they're pointing against the Raiders.
Here comes the referee with a call. Illegal procedure going to be against South. That'll cost them 5. And the newly decorated Plumbers Perch there, folks, they've
well, that's something. They come up with something new every year, don't
well,
they?
I tell you, that's kind of multi-purpose. They just maybe go to the colored lights as we get near Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving and the holiday season as it approaches. I hope we'll see what Buster's power bill is going to be this year.
$9,000.
Just for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Second down. And the Torrance skipping out of the backfield and into the secondary, and here we go. And the catch him finally inside the 20-yard line. It was Scott Revis who kept him out of the end zone. We said that man can get you back in a hurry, and he almost did.
2 huge runs here, Randy, in the second half for Torrance. Let's take a look at it again here, and we'll see just, again, a similar play to the one he broke a while ago for the first down, and he just found the seam. A good job of blocking up front for the Raiders, and he just took off.
Just a little counter. And he put it in overdrive that time.
Let's see, what was that? 60?
They were at the 40-yard line?
Yeah.
Oh, at the 15-yard line, so it was a 45 yards.
45. Okay, I'll get my addition straight here in a minute.
They get the fullback, Bear, loose up the middle, and the big moose goes inside the 10. Boy, he was rambling and rumbling.
And he's going to be, what, about 8 yards? Take a look at him again. Look at that move, and he got a good block there. Somebody, one of the receivers, I think, sealed off about 2 wonders on that far side there to get him about an extra 20 yards on that play.
Second down and 2 at the 7-yard line for the Raiders. 2 wide receivers, Bear and Torrance behind Roast. 9 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Clock running.
Uh-oh. Were we drawn? All the Raiders are pointing at the wonders. Wonder if that was one of those where you have a little extra inflection from the quarterback in his count and see if you can pull him off.
To say that defensive line is not on edge and ready to go is an understatement. It'll be against Kannapolis. That will be half the distance, so that will give South a first and goal at about the 3 or 4 yard line.
8 penalties now, Randy, against the Wonders in this contest for what, 75 yards? Tremendous. And you know Bruce Harden is the kind of coach, all coaches are like that, but he especially is a guy who hates that kind of stuff.
First and goal, just inside the 5 yard line. We'll say the 4. Man in motion. They'll give it to Torrance. Hit at the line of scrimmage, and good backs always do that. They find a way to make something positive, and he got about 2 that time, near the 2 yard line. Getting up off the bottom. Oh, one of the guys there, Scott Revis, you just about take your pick who was in on that tackle.
And already, Randy, in this quarter, Torrance has more rushing yards than he had in the first 3.
Unbelievable. He took a couple of jaunts, didn't he? Second and goal.
Merrily we stroll along, he said.
Yeah. High formation once again, and it will be Torrance left side, near the goal line. Touchdown, South. Well, if you're Rick Van Hoy, you're down by 11 points before that touchdown. Do you go for 2? That's the question we'll get answered here in a minute.
I think you almost have to, don't you? Let's take a look again here. You'll see the seam again, working on that left side, and a good block there, Randy, sealing him off from David Teal. A nice block there to help make some room.
You're down 5 points. You're going to need 2 scores regardless, but if you get the 2-point conversion here, then all you need is a field goal.
Right. Keep in mind, they've already executed a 2-point play once in the game.
South and 21 points unanswered until this drive. Here's Probst coming down. Does he option? He'll keep it and they stop short. They say he fumbled into the end zone, but he was down before the fumble, so the score remains 28 for Kannapolis. It's 23, South Rowan, 8:03 to go in the fourth period. Pretty good teams find a way to have a gut check, and the Raiders did just that on that drive. We said they needed it, and they did it in about 3 minutes.
Well, they certainly did, aided by the two huge runs from Torrance, and then fittingly he gets the touchdown. And still no sign of Ashanti Miller. I see him over there on the sidelines. Looks like he's back up and got his helmet on, so he might be ready to come back.
Chance Tucker, who's been working out pretty strong tonight, kicking it off. Ford fielded and went to his knee, and that is a cardinal sin, I guess, if you're a runner. He didn't fumble it, though, but he just knee touched it in high school football. That's where we'll play it.
The ball kind of bobbled out away from him a little bit, and he had to kind of sink a little lower to keep it from getting away from him. And I guess, as you say, it's better than a fumble, but he would have liked to have a good crack at it to see what he can do.
So South Rowan defense back on the field. Here comes the Wonder offense. They will set shop up at the 14-yard line. 8 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the fourth period. Single setback for Kannapolis. And the toss will go to Tron Brown, who is back in. Hammed in. He'll try to cut it up. And got maybe a yard out of it. Good play as they strung it out. Justin Query over there, along with number 46, Daniel Cook, who has played out of his shoes. And we've got an injured Wonder on the play, and that may be Brown, who's injured.
He might have a cramp again.
So a visuals timeout will step away as well. 7:46 to go in the fourth. And the Wonders facing second down. Now Allen says something to his running backs. He says, "Here, I'm going to pitch it to you, Nick."
And he says, "Okay, I'm ready."
And he got out to the 22-yard line. Nick says, "How's that, Sean?" "Well, that's okay."
You gave him, what, about 5 on that one.
Out to the 22-yard line. It brings up third and short. They need about a yard. 7 minutes to go right now. We'll keep it out on the clock for you.
Key play right here. The Raiders would like to get that ball back with some time. The Wonders, of course, just want to stay on the ground and keep that time a-rolling.
That would be a coach's dream, just to put together about an 8-minute drive. I formation and tailback. Maddox will have the first down. He busts the seam out to the 33-yard line. Nick saw the hole and accelerated to Mach speed, I think, that time, and just almost broke it.
That's the thing about Maddox, Randy. When he sees a hole, he can get into it and get through it so quick.
Well, let's look. He was about a 165 last year. He's gained about 5 pounds. Hadn't grown any. 5'11", 170.
Or at least they're not telling us he's grown any.
But you got the savvy of playing one-year varsity ball, so...
When you talked to his mama, why didn't you ask her?
Well, you know, it's technical stuff.
I guarantee you she can tell, because she has to buy him shoes and britches.
Here's Allen. Skips out of a tackle, reverses his field, and he's off to the races. They'll angle him out of bounds at the 20. That's a backbreaker there, folks.
About 8 yards on that one?
Yeah, we'll watch it again. Here it is.
Boy, and there was a miss. That was key right there. 2 misses, and you get an idea of how fast Sean Allen is. He's outrunning defensive backs right there.
Finally, number 9 brings him down from behind. Andre Neely, the corner, giving chase. The Wonders now, with 6 minutes to go, have it first and 10 at the 20-yard line of the Raiders. Here they come back. Boy, you don't like offense tonight, you shouldn't have come. Allen, quarterback Keaton for about 2, maybe 3. David Teal on the tackle.
Tackle made by number 40, David Teal. Number 6, Bruce Torrance, also on the tackle.
Here they're working on Tron Brown on the sidelines.
Boy, and he really looks disappointed, doesn't he? He's had a fine ball game, though. But you can tell there by the expression expression on his face how badly he wants to be in there playing.
Oh, yeah. 2nd and 8. Maddox. Big hole. Going laterally, got down to about the 11-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down. What he does when he gets to the hole, then the quickness of left, right, let's go this way, let's go that way. Let's watch it again.
Just that's the thing about Maddox. He gets in the hole and then makes things happen. Nice hole there, and right there is where he made the move. Ramsey Connor was right in front of him, and Maddox just kind of hop skip to the right and was by him.
3rd down and 1. There you see the time. There you see the teams.
Another key stand for the Raider defense right here.
At the 11-yard line. Maddox up the left side will have a first down. Brought down near the 9-yard line. Connor, also number 40, David Teal there. And Torrance in on the tackle. Let's see who else gets up off the bottom. That's Daniel Cook, who's been taking a 6'2", 235 frame all around the line tonight. He's been in on a lot of plays. Bruce Harden's got to be feeling pretty good right now, but he knows it's a long 4 minutes and 15 seconds. First down and goal for the Wonders at the 9-yard line.
190 yards rushing right now for Nick Maddox, Randy, on 20 carries.
Toss to Maddox. Looking, he says, let's cut it back, get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's what he does. Good backs don't lose much. I think, what was it, when Nathan was down at Central Commerce, he never had a negative yard. Not many.
Yeah, he was
maybe when he was at Carolina. That's what
yeah, but he was pretty much ridiculous when he was at Central Commerce. I mean, he just paralyzed defenses.
I believe Mr. Mason over here doing our spotting tonight knows a little bit about that young man. He's going to take credit for him anyway.
That's right. All the good coaches know how to do that.
2nd and goal to the 9. Allen cuts it up to the 5. Meanwhile, the clock continues to run, and it's 3 minutes. Daniel Cook on the tackle again. 3:15, 3:14.
And right now, Randy, the Wonders aren't necessarily as concerned with punching it in as they are with keeping the clock moving. And now the Raiders take a timeout.
And a good timeout call. 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. One of the key plays, maybe the play, coming up when we return. 5-yard line. 3:08 left in the 4th period. Wonders trying to punch one in, toss it to Maddox. In the backfield. What a great defensive play.
And let's see who gets up from there. Looks like 27 made the play that time for the Raiders. Yeah, nice play.
Now, the field goal team will come on. Evan Smith. And Woody, it's frightening. We were just talking during the break. If they get 3 points here, what? That was last year's score, 31-23.
If they kick this field goal, it's going to be one of those deja vu all over again kind of things.
But it will still only be an 8-point margin. And South will get the football back. The clock runs 2:35, 2:34. Out of the hole to Allen Smith's kick. It's up. It's long enough, and it's good. 2:27 to go in the 4th period. The Wonders extend their lead 31-23. And the Wonders, 2:27 to go. Down by only 8. They will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They'll probably send it into overtime. And folks, on your way out, please tip your waiters and waitresses.
Do they got service here now like that? Are you kidding me?
No, they should pay double for this kind of
when I was in high school.
That was just so good a game tonight. They got more than their money's worth. Sheets kicks it deep. Who will it be? It will be finally Mark Kennedy.
That's who it will be. And Kennedy has had a huge game defensively, Randy. That guy's been everywhere.
Charles Sherrill, who scored a touchdown, interception, had a little trouble with Mark picking the ball up, and that cost the Raiders a lot of field position as they'll set things down at the 19-yard line. Ashante Miller will see if he returns, and yes, he is out there, and he will split wide to the top of the screen, number 88.
And they haven't really tried to get him deep, Randy. Let's see if they change that a little bit here now.
Ford is the man on it, and it goes to Miller. He gets around Ford and will go out of bounds to stop the clock after about a 6 or 7 yard pickup. That's what they need right now.
Right, and then out of bounds, exactly. And he's just so big, almost a foot taller than Ford. And he got some help over there from Jason Nelms, but Ford can get a hold of him, and Miller could just keep running down the field, dragging him as he goes.
Ford said, I hope you give me some help. Let's put it that way. This time Miller will split to the inside of the field. On 2nd and 3, 27-yard line. 2:15 to go. On the delay, Torrance looking for a little seam. He'll have the first down up to about the 34, maybe the 35-yard line, and that will stop the clock as they move the chain. So South Rowan using the clock very economically right now. They've got the play call in the huddle, and they'll be up to the line of scrimmage. Now the ball whistled, ready for play. That's the way you do it. Rick Manhoy and his coaches have got them trained well.
2 minutes.
Fundamental football here. 1st and 10 at the 35. Approach, pressure, rolls, throws, and complete.
I don't know, how did he do that?
Well, he just took him one big old paw and says, I got it.
I mean, one of the wonders had Probst wrapped up, and he again, Randy, that's the second time we've seen him do that in this game. Stay with it.
Look like 12. Scott Revis was putting some pressure on. Let's watch him. There he is. Yep.
Yeah, he had him, and as he's falling down here, just throws it up there for his big receiver.
Jason Nelms pushed Miller out of bounds, and he says, hey, I can't jump higher than you. You know, we'll give you a 3-yard pickup and let the clock run. 1:45 left in regulation. Probst forced out of the pocket now has a little time. Will go out of bounds at around the 41-yard line, even 42. So it'll bring up 3rd down now for South.
And well, you're definitely in a situation here where you've got 2 downs. You've got to go for it here if you don't get it.
Oh yeah. Actually, they'll spot him just over the 40. So it's 3rd down and 5. Here's where the Raiders need something big to happen here.
Wonder's doing a good job of getting pressure here the last couple of plays.
Probst pumps once. Directing traffic will go to Miller, and he overthrew him. He had him open down at about the Wonder 40-yard line. Now it comes up to 1 play.
Little design pump fake that time by Probst, Randy, that froze the defense for just a second. And you're right, it got the opening, or created the opening for Miller downfield. And there's Coach Harden saying, run, clock, run.
Well, it stopped on the incomplete pass. Now, if the Raiders don't get 5 yards, the Wonders will get the football and can sit on it the final 1:33 of the game and hopefully salt the win away. That's what Coach Harden wants to happen, but we'll see. Fans are up in this stadium. Probst looks, throws, complete. 1st down and more. Down to the Wonder 41-yard line. A clutch catch by Tony Fields. 2nd catch tonight for him. On about the identical pass pattern they ran early in the game.
And they switched Ford over to that side, Randy, and put Maddox on Miller. And the Raiders recognized it and attacked right away.
And they almost got tipped, almost got intercepted, and got caught. The Raiders have 4 more plays at least to work with. As Probst, this drive began at their own 19-yard line.
Oh, he fumbled.
Picks it up.
I think he got it back.
Yeah, the ball was down right there, the official says, at the line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, we're inside a minute to go, and South with 2 timeouts to go.
They've got to burn one, don't they?
Yep. And Coach Manhoy across the fairway is signaling to call the timeout. That's what they get. And Coach Manhoy across the fairway is signaling to call the timeout. That's what they get.
No, they don't. They're not. They're going for it.
Well,
Now they got it. Okay. The players were ready to go, but the coaching staff says, no, let's talk.
Coach Manoy says we had about 10 extra seconds tick off, and that's the difference, one, maybe two plays. So with 45 ticks to go in regulation, it ain't over, folks. 31-23, Wonders down by 17-7 at one time, 17-14 at halftime, came back to take a 28-17 lead. Raiders fought back, Wonders fought back. It's just been a classic matchup between these two old foes.
Boy, it's just been a great, great football game, Randy. This is one that folks will remember for a long time.
Sal Rowan has all of the weapons. And this, as Coach Manoy says, it's nice to beat your arch rival. And I'm sure Coach Hardman echoed the same sentiments. It's great to beat the other team, but hey, we haven't lost a game. Both teams are undefeated in the conference.
A couple things to watch here, Randy. The Wonder defensive coaching staff has been sending some linebackers and doing some different things at the line of scrimmage to try and get a little heat on Tony Probst, and they've made a switch as well to put Maddox, continuing to put him out there against Ashanti Miller right now, figuring he can jump up there.
You know, he's got a better chance than a 5'5" guy. Your odds improve a little bit. Miller, speed of him, he's wide to the top of your screen. On 2nd and 11 for the Wonder 43. Probst, pretty good protection this time. Out of the pocket, being chased. Can they catch him? No, he throws it downfield. Miller with a catch. Wow! Out of bounds. First down at the Wonder 28-yard line with 34 seconds to go.
That is amazing. Now, I'm telling you, Randy, Probst is earning what money they don't get in high school. He's deserving some the way he's been playing. Look at here. He gets away from one, tries to buy some more time. They force him out again, and finally, just before they get him, he seizes. And what a good feeling it has to be for a quarterback to have a target that big downfield.
I'll tell you one thing. He felt the breath of Philip Johnson, who was bearing down on him there at the end. Wonder 27-yard line, first down and 10. Probst straight drop again. Buys a little time, goes. He's going for Miller. Overthrown. He had him in the corner. Sure did. Well, that plays there, but the time is of the essence, folks. 28 seconds to go.
And that was a nicely drawn-up play that time. It worked, but Probst was just a little off on the delivery. And while we keep talking about Probst and keep talking about Miller, let's don't forget about Tony Fields over there, who's made 2 big catches tonight. And it might be one of those situations where they try to lull you to sleep and forget about him, and that could be trouble.
Boy, have you got any nerve? How about a draw play?
Oh, my goodness. That's a little more than nerve.
You see Torrance set up as a wing. Here comes the blitz. Forcing Probst out. He'll go back across. Knocked down. Uh-oh, knocked her down. That will be pass interference.
And they're going to say Ford came over the back of Fields that time to knock it away, and he can't believe it. Take a look at it again. You'll see him come in at the last minute and swipe at the ball, but let's see if there's some contact. Here's the pass. But it's hard to tell.
I don't know.
Hard to tell from that angle.
Could have bumped him from behind and then come back around, but at any rate, the official down there had the better angle. And he made the flag call. And it takes a lot of guts to do something like that. He must have been right in a game like this.
So that's going to be what, a 14-yard penalty because you give him the spot of the ball?
Automatic first down. But that's, I guess, immaterial right now. 21 seconds left in the 4th period. They'll move it down to the Wonder 14-yard line on a drive that began at the Raider 19. South is going down to the wire.
Goodness gracious, is this high drama or what?
Miller splits wide to the big side or to the right of your screen. He's out of your picture right now, but I'm sure we might see him here in a couple of seconds. Twin sets behind Probst, who drops straight back. Pumps once. Flushed out. Throws the ball. Intercepted. Oh, Allen.
And Randy, again, the Wonder pressure made that happen. Finally, this time, Torrance wasn't, or rather, Probst wasn't able to make something happen with the pressure. He tried to throw that one when he was going down, and he might have been better advised to get rid of it. Take a look again.
Let's see who finally got him on the ground. It was 71.
Johnson.
Philip Johnson, who's been around him all night. The ball tipped, and there's Paul Allen coming up with it. I thought for a minute Paul was going to take it the mail back. 8 seconds to go. Oh, what a finish feel? I believe this is going to be well, he's out an equal, didn't he? Yeah, go to one knee. He better. Allen does, and the Raiders will not even use the final timeout. A.L. Brown goes to 3-0 on the very young 96 season, and winning their home opener tonight. South Rowan will drop to 3-1, but oh, what a goodie we had here tonight at Memorial Stadium. Back to talk with winning head coach Bruce Hart after this. Celebrates across the faraway, the Wonder victory tonight, and probably a relief Bruce Harden on the sidelines. We'll find out right now.
Larry Mason, along with victorious coach Bruce Harden. Bruce, when I was a young coach, and neither one of us was too young anymore, somebody told me that you had to win your close games to really be successful in the season. And now it seems like over the last couple of weeks, not only have you won close games, but you've come back and had to come back in those games and win them. That's got to mean a lot to you right now.
It really does. I think we have a good complement of good senior leadership and young kids, and from all three ball games we've had to come back, and we made a lot of mistakes early, and it wasn't a lack of effort. And I think my pregame speech in the locker room probably was a distraction, and I apologize for that. But our kids don't know the meaning of giving up, and they just keep fighting back and find a way. And we're just pleased with the players on both sides of the ball tonight.
Well, I know you have to be pleased with the ebb and flow of the game. Went back and forth, and South certainly has good size, and I know that you have to be pleased with the fact that your youngsters were able to come on and take on that size on the defensive line of the ball especially.
They really were. That's tough for us when people are that big and keep pounding at you, but they came back. Bill made some good calls, and they caught us some with penalties and stunts and hurt us there, and they made some big plays. They're a fine football team, so you have to give them that efforts. But I'm really proud of our kids and proud that they put themselves in this situation.
Well, they really have. Your running back just came back and really did a great job in the second half throughout the game, and I know you're pleased with that.
I really am. I tell you what, this is a fun group of guys, and we challenge them, we work hard, and they just give us everything we want in practice, and it really pays off in their efforts on Friday night.
Right. Tell us a little bit about what you are going to look forward to next week.
Forest Hill's a good football team. I've talked to John. John's very honest, very upfront, and he says it's the best football team he's had down at Forest Hills in several years. So it'll be a real big challenge for us. They have good size, good speed. They spread their offense. They're well coached, and they're very tenacious on defense. So it'll take one of those big efforts and a few breaks on our part.
John doesn't lie much.
No, he doesn't. That's the thing I like and respect about him.
Listen, enjoy this victory for a day or two. Congratulations. We'll look forward to seeing you the rest of the year.
Thanks, Dave.
Back to the guys in the booth, and we'll look forward to seeing you folks next week.
Okay, thanks to Larry. And speaking of next week, Wednesday night headliners at 8 o'clock. Back with a final look at some stats for you in just a minute. Because I'm hoarse from screaming for all the offense that we saw tonight. And speaking of numbers, Woody Kane has a look at some of those stats.
All right, you take a look there at South Rowan. 161 on the ground, 147 in the air, 308 total. Pretty good balance, 10 out of 18. But one of those misses was the big interception late that really killed the drive. 4 turnovers, and that was just devastating to the Raider effort tonight. 5 penalties for 30 yards. Individually, we've got Chris Torrance unofficially with 101 yards on 18 carries, and he added a touchdown with that. As we flip it over and look at A.L. Brown, 326 yards on the ground. That's ground bruise right there.
Is that a statement or what?
Yeah, no doubt about it. 60 in the air, 386 total. 1 out of 5 through the air, 1 turnover, and 9 penalties for 75 yards. And that's the one thing that Coach Harden won't like about the way this game went. Unofficially for Nick Maddox, we've got him with 23 carries, 174 yards on the night. He also caught a 60-yard pass. So a fine all-around performance for Nick Maddox tonight.
And our thanks to Larry Mason, who filled in while Steve Gant was on assignment, and you were on assignment. And thanks to you, Woody. And Steve Gant, I'm saying, is off assignment next week. For everybody here in Metro 12, I'm Randy, what they say. Once again, the final score, A.L. Brown of Kannapolis 31 and South Rowan 23. Join us Wednesday night at Forest Hills and Kannapolis, our Metro 12 game of the week. See you Wednesday night for headliners at 8 o'clock.